Well, ready or not, I assume we're streaming now. So, hello everyone. Yep, welcome to some more Planescape Torment. Let us resume life. Got ourselves a new tattoo.
I'm gone.
I assume... No. Seems to bring out if you choose to tap into the tattoo's power, some of the memories behind any stitch will return to you, giving you the benefit of a previous incarnation's experience. You can only do this once, but even after the tattoo is invoked, the increased regeneration rate will remain.
All right.
You want to drink? It's gonna cost you, Connor.
Come on, you don't want to sleep out here. It's cold. Come on inside where it's warm.
For a price. Tell them my girls are the finest in town. They'll make you feel right at home.
All right.
Go walk over there.
Done. All right.
Alrighty. Wandering all the way back. Hello. Now then, a secret we've already gone over. We've also run in and out of the crypt of dismemberment. That's Clive. So we're stuck with just the detonations left, I guess. There might be more here.
All right.
No, not seeing anything. There might be more there. I don't know. So it doesn't hurt to investigate. Shattered. We took care of the Warrens of Thought. Yeah, the 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 rats we encountered that basically murdered the heck out of us. Apparently, it's for much later. Oh. Seems quite a few of them have been waiting here. I'm not sure if we can handle that many undead either. Hargrim the Bleak. Stop! Thou hast come too far, traveler, and trespassed into the dead nation's realm of the Silent King. Wilt thou submit peacefully? Submit to what? 'Tis the will of the Silent King that all who pass through the gates of our nation become prisoners of his lands. Wilt thou submit? For now. Come then, we shall show thee to the chapel. Know this, thou shalt be free to wander these halls, but not to leave the catacombs. Thou shalt be a prisoner here until thy death. Thou shalt later arise as we have. Thou shalt be free. Praise the Silent King, his will be done.
Updated my journal.
Sogo. Ah, another member of the living. Most are slain by the ghouls this far into the catacombs. You are fortunate. You're, Sogo from the mortuary? What are you doing here? Your memory serves you well. I'm no longer stationed at the mortuary. Instead, I have become a missionary in these parts. Missionary? Yes, I've come to these catacombs after hearing rumors of undead that were aware in these parts. I hope to save them. Save them? Yes, passion ties them to this false life. I hope I can teach them to forsake these passions and leave this false life behind and reach the true death. False life? These dead ones are so close to true death, yet they cling to this life. This false life is the lie of existence on this plane. You want them to die? I wish them to transcend the plane of existence, divorce themselves from passion, and it can save them. Where am I? You are in the catacombs of the dead nations. The guards brought you here. Why have I been made a prisoner here? I do not know. Ask some of the citizens here. Perhaps. Farewell. A moment of your time before you go. Do not attack any of the undead here in the catacombs. They will not harm you so long as you remain peaceful. Should you prove hostile, they will defend themselves, and there are many of them. Lastly, you may return here if you need to rest.
Updated my journal. I'm gone.
That's a lot of bandages. Male slab is apparently used as a bed. There looks to be a portion on its side that can be pried open. Pry it open, look inside. You're not going to be able to pry into Circle's things while he's around. You'll need to find a way to distract or lure him away from the area if you want to get in there. Perhaps. Smoke rays here barely gives off light, much less heat. Okay, this is where we got abducted. This is this guy's chambers. I have tools for this job.
Forced it.
Pop. I assume he doesn't have his spell slot back yet. Alright.
Forced it. Veil opened.
Yeah, we're good. Alright. Blood Bridge. I know of only one person who can use scrolls, and he can use it. Allows caster to use Blood Bridge. Allow caster to copy Blood Bridge into spell book. Level 2 wizard. This bizarre compact of the healer's heart and merchant's mind, this necromantic spell transforms your very body into a marketplace that barters life and death. Your life essence can be given to others at cost of yourself. When cast, the mage can select any living non-undead target within touch range and drain life from himself, 2 hit points for 1 hit point per level of caster, so 2 plus he's a level 4 sorcerer, so he can move 6 hit points and give it to the target. Okay, so if everyone else becomes severely injured, he can succeeded in learning the spell. He can help move that over to someone else that might be able to use it. Level 2 spells, Blood Bridge. Learned it. Can use it now. That reminds me, we haven't really checked Ignis. These are possible player characters, apparently. Ignis is possibly a playable character at one point. Non-player characters. Akaset is a ghoul queen of the dead nations, a slathering flesh-eater who holds her pack together with fear of the Silent King and sheer bullying. She is tough, strong, and despite her appearance clever. She is one to watch, to be sure. Half man, half gold. I'll add to the Barrier are rough, tumble warriors in a mech race. Straightforward people with a zest for life. From what you've seen, they tend to keep to themselves. And Abishai is one of the least forms of the Beatsu, a race of lawful fiends, and seeks to impose cruel tyranny on the face of evil. A black Abishai is the lowest of the Abishai, ranking below green and red forms. They are infantrymen and skirmishers of the Blood War. They are malicious and, compared to the rest of the Byatsu race, not terribly clever. Clatter. Cranium rats. Individually, cranium rats are a little more than your ordinary garbage rats, with a light addition of a pulsing exposed brain on their skulls. You get them in a group, though, and they become more dangerous. Their proximity to cranium rats creates a hive mind that grows powerful with the action of every rat. Their intelligence can rapidly increase to godlike levels, and they gain spells and other fearsome mental abilities. It's only by slaying numerous individual rats that you can weaken the hive mind. Best to avoid them if at all possible. Dadus. Yeah, Nara. No, we haven't had a chance to revisit her yet lately, but I don't know if a ghost can really tell time anyway. Eb Creeknees is an old Harmonium member who seems to be content enough to sit in his chair at the smoldering corpse and run his mouth off to whomever will listen to him. He's a font of information if you can get past the long-winded explanations. Fel is a fallen Dabus, a former servant of the Lady of Pain and one of the few remaining priests of the dead god portals. Oscar, he has achieved some renown as a tattoo artist, somehow bringing his pictures to a kind of life. Simply return to Fel with tales of your exploits and he can sketch them on your skin and allow you to draw strength from them. Ghoul female. Ghoul male, they have the exact same dialogue here. The Walking Dead come in many shapes and sizes. A particular shape and size of that of a carrion eater, a thing that survives by eating the flesh and bones of the living and dead alike. The ghoul is a savage creature with few scruples and even less intelligence. Fortunately, they're easily disposed of, as long as you're a high enough level. Giant skeletons we covered. The Githzerai are a long separate kin of the Githyanki, and their former brethren are cruel and vicious. The Githzerai are a quiet and reserved, burning with passion that drives them far beyond what most mortals are capable of. They dwell in limbo in the ever-shifting seas of chaos, making their fortress homes impregnable against attacks of the natives that plane. They speak in metaphors and legends and carry themselves with quite nobility. I think you know what a harlot is. Huge thugs. Some folks are just born large. Some of them use their abnormal physique to intimidate others and travel through life terrorizing those who are smaller. They tend to favor brawn over brains, and sadly, too often they get away with it. Lady Pain, where have we seen her? Leib is a mystery. She is widely regarded to be the de facto ruler of Sigil, its protector and its victim. She is said to guard the doors of the cage against the myriad schemes of the gods, to be the ultimate expression of balance in the universe. To be the prisoner of the city of doors, there are 1,000 stories about her. One even tells that she's actually 6 giant squirrels with a headdress, robe, and ring of levitation and illusions, but none of them can be answered. She's a true enigma, a puzzle with no solution. If someone displeases her by upsetting the balance of the city or worshipping her, the lady may punish the offender. Her punishment ranges from the mazes of twisting, turning hell with cleverly disguised exits to the casting of her shadow across the transgressor, covering them in slashes and gouges from her sharp-edged shadow, leaving behind a pile of gore and viscera. Neither option is particularly attractive. Namur, the least of the hordes of the lawful evil Byatsu. Lemurs are incarnate spirits of the truly. Oh, this is that thing that came out of the box. They are used as ballista fodder for the blood war and are barely intelligent. You only need magic weapons or holy items to hurt them. It seems for their gelatinous flesh seals behind any wounds, though you might inflict otherwise. Lesser Varguli. Horde creatures from the lower planes. Vargulis are disembodied heads. Disembodied heads growing wings. Their bite is lethal and worse. The victims of the bite are said to likely become Vargulis upon death. Though the Vargulis are not too dangerous in single combat, they flock to a fight and can prove deadly to an unprepared traveler. Those who would travel in dark places and catacombs should be wary. Limlims. These innocuous insects appear to be little more than giant fleas. However, they can be trained and seem loyal to their owners. How far loyalty extends its worth how far that loyalty extends is worth investigating. Mantuak. Lycanthropy is a sickness passed on by the bite of an infected creature, turning its unfortunate victim into a werebeast, a creature that is half human, half beast. There are a number of creatures that pass along this disease, some of them quite noble, others fearsome and awe-inspiring. The rat is neither of these, and lycanthropic cousins are the scholars of the were-world, the hiders in shadows, the despised. Their personalities all seem to reflect this. Mantuak, the voice of the manyest one, the Cranium Rat Collective, is an intricate little bastard whose best quality is that he is subservient to those with power. He's also a mage of some talent and seems he'll sell out his master to achieve an advantage for himself. He seems to hate you with a passion. Perhaps he's jealous of you. In all places and all times there seems to be merchants. Their desperate grubbing for money and material gain is pathetic, yet their greed mirrors the commerce of the human soul. In Sigil, as in other places, they sell whatever anyone else is willing to buy. Sorry, trying to adjust myself properly. There we go. Mercy Killers. We saw a lot of these. I don't know exactly what's up with them again. One of the most frightening factions is Sigil. The Mercy Killers, the Red Death, are relentless in their pursuit of justice. They believe that without justice there is no truth. They have appointed themselves the guardians and executors of true justice across the multiverse. Their only redeeming grace is that they apply their justice to all things, including themselves, and do not enforce unjust laws. Their fanatic devotion is unnerving, but it can be used against them. Midwives, we've read on. Farod Wormhair is the collector king of the hive, a man crippled in body and spirit. His mind, however, seems to be as sharp as ever. He rules the buried village with an iron fist, keeping even the disorderly rebel in line. He is a sneak, a thief, and seems to know far too much about you, though he does not reveal it without coaxing. Skeleton Priest, which is what we just encountered. Leader of the Skeletons of the Dead Nations, Hargrim is the Skeleton Priest who speaks the words of the Silent King to his followers. With Stale, Mary the Zombie, and Akest the Ghoul Queen as the two other corners, he makes the third, the triumvirate of the hordes of the dead nations is uneasy balance, tipping the balance one way or another might incite chaos. Regular thugs, tieflings, townspeople, upper class townspeople. Where at? Like Kappa 3 is a sickness. Yep. Yeah, pretty much the same stuff as the first paragraph from before. Wizard! Some people devote themselves to a life of the blade, thinking that with their thews. Others purpose more Trinia's career, letting their fingers do the talking. Still more pure, no special vocation, plodding duly through the tedium of their daily lives. That's not the wizard. The wizard seeks to understand and funnel the energies of the multiverse through his body, learning the secrets of existence and twisting them to achieve their own ends. They are dangerous foes, for they understand much and seek to comprehend still more. Some of them are mere hedge wizards, some archive true greatness, all of them are potential threats. And zombies. That's an update on the things we've seen. They are stupid creatures, so maybe they won't attack.
All right, forced it.
Bone charms. We'll take those.
Failed. 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 Failed.
What's up? Opened.
Oh, that simple.
I'm gone.
Hey! I can go back.
All right.
There's a ton of stuff to loot around here. That's the chapel. That's what we just passed through out of.
I'm gone. Forced it. Forced it. Forced it.
Yeah, daggers don't really thrill me. In fact, the axes might not even be worth it either, but I think they're worth at least a little bit compared to daggers. Just kind of having a wander around, we'll see what we bump into, if anything, of particular interest. Skeleton Merchant. You see a skeleton bouncing from the ball of one foot to the other. There whistles between his teeth. It looks very bored. As you approach, the demeanor changes entirely. Welcome, welcome. I've got a host of items for your pursuit. Fresh from the latest mercs who've been trying to loot the quiet ones. Would you like to see them? Sure, show me what you got. Show me what you got! Just got Blood Bridge for free. Ice Knife sounds interesting. And Scroll of Elysium's Tears. Let's see what we can interest you in. Wow, apparently that's worth a lot. What do Bone Charms do again? Armor class versus crushing, resistance to crushing attacks. I'm not gonna say no to having them. Scroll of Elysium's Tears, level 3, so it might not even be something he can use yet. We'll see. Area of effect, one target. Used only by mages. The skies of the upper planes shed tears when evil is done. These tears can burn even the most armored of foes. The caster chooses any single target within range when the stream of small meteors rain down and strike the target's surrounding area. The meteor, for each level of experience up to maximum of 10, Each missile that hits inflicts 1 to 2 points of blunt damage with an additional 1 to 4 fire damage. Anyone within 3 feet of the target takes 1 point of fire damage as well. Nice. That's pretty nasty, actually. I will buy that. On the heck of it. We'll sell those. And some of those. Alright.
Forced it.
Opened.
Hmm. Quite the flashy place they got here. Alright. Let me see. I think we've seen most of it, yes? Most. Before we try talking to her, because she seems very vocal and seems, and that's interesting me. We're gonna save. The rots think of this ancient-looking ghoul woman as nauseating. Even from a distance, her grayish-green skin is infested with tomb rot and festering sores, and her fingers, each capped by a long curved talon, are covered in dried blood and filth. Her hair, thick with scuttling insects and worms, hangs to her knees. It hides nearly all her face in shadows, save for the fanged, feral grin and long gray tongue. Hi.
What have we here? Some pretty meat, a little tough gristle. Sharpen me teeth on your bone, grow fat on your marrow.
I have some questions.
Who are ye to come before me like a feast? Answer our hasty.
I have no name.
Then neither does our Casty. I call ye blooded one. pray ye still have name and a will before I tear ye apart.
Blooded one?
Meat people to eat. Her yellow eyes peer intently at you through her ragged white hair. Aye.
I had other questions.
Go pester, ask still why ye still live, meat. Ask!
Have you seen a bronze spear anywhere around here? Kessel shakes her head, lice dropping from her long white hair as it sways about.
Kessel opens many coffins, many tombs, never seen such a thing.
Other questions? What are you doing here?
We fight, win, and feed. Blooded ones such as ye come for our food, become our food in the end. Ravenous hungers we have, burn the stomach, never full. We hunger all the time. And here ye are. Hurry up and die and be still.
How did you come to be here?
Wander catacombs, hunt and kill, crack open crypt and coffin, eat bones and dead flesh. Come here. Acasti blinks. Here, a strange place. Acasti stay among the weak. Marrow-filled bones and herd of dead flesh can make noise. Talk to them and they talk back.
So why have you not killed or eaten these undead then? She frowns.
Not eats prey, they are not still like other bones and dead flesh are. They fight as pack and are many of them difficult to eat both. Weaker separate, together strong, almost strong as Acasti. So we wait.
What is it you wait for?
Wait for weakness. Yes. Wait to see how strong Silent King is. If he's stronger than Acasti, wait for a herd of dead flesh to stop following marrow-filled bones.
What will you do
Updated
then?
my journal.
Would eat all. Hungry. Kill all small blood-furred things. Eat all ragged bloody beings in village. Eat catacombs are full of feast. Hungry we are. Hunt and eat. As she talks, she becomes more agitated, gnashing her teeth and spraying spittle.
Let her rant.
Kill them all. SK would tear and rend and shred and herd of dead flesh. Stupid, stupid kettle. Show and freak and fit only we eat and rend and tear. Break and snap the weak bones. Suck the marrow from the brittle bones. Kill and eat them all.
Let her keep ranting.
Guess you want them to be quiet, still dead, not talk. Die and be still so that all can be eaten. Caught between teeth, crack their skulls, suck on their brain meat, then pull open the ribcage and devour all soft parts of the skin.
Cassie mashes the clawed fist into the ground, shattering the tiles of her rage. Let her keep rambling.
Hate them. Tell Casty, no! Don't hunt the blooded men who scavenge and creep in the tombs. Do not kill blooded rats. Leave them be. Do not hunt or do not eat. Kill them all and silence them.
She suddenly falls silent, her rage finally spent. The last echoes of her screaming dying away in the darkness. That'll be all for now. What has my journal decided is important? Decanter of endless water. Get bronze spear for Pharaoh. Find the source of Pharaoh's bodies. Find your missing journal. Journal. Not detecting undead. Akasi, the leader of the pack of ghouls, is very eager to see the dead nations become her feeding ground. She is only waiting for weakness to show itself before she and her ghouls begin to run rampant throughout the catacombs, killing and devouring any they run across. Yeah, that about sums it up, don't it? Ah, here's some more stuff we haven't seen yet. Not much, though. Stale Mary's chambers. Oh gosh, how long have we been going on for? Got a bit of good voice acting out of that last little bit. Got a little while yet. Who be ye, Stale Mary? This musky smelling female zombie looks exceptionally old, almost mummified. Her skin is appearance of moldering green leather, and one of her eyes has fallen out, leaving a dark pit in her face. Her voice is slow and thick. Greetings. She indicates herself to speak again. So Mary. Sounds as if her vocal cords are festering away in some sloopy mess at the base of her throat. Still, Mary, I had some questions. She nods her head, weighing your questions. What are you doing here? She mumbles and groans a stuttering, completely incomprehensible phrase. Sorry, I can't understand you. Could you speak more clearly? She shakes her head sadly, her shoulders rising up in a painfully slow shrug. Sorry, farewell then. These boys seem to be almost walking with purpose. What's up that the bony boys are congregating? Oh. Hargrim the Bleak. The skeleton wears what appears to be an ancient priest's robes. Heavy and ornate, it carries a large, impressive staff, which is caped with intricate carved horns, dangling pendants, and a gilded skull. Hello. The skeleton, its eyes aglow like two burning embers, looks you over, but makes no reply. You're Hargrim. It nods solemnly, the pendant suspended from its staff, tinkling softly. There's something stunning about the silent, piercing gaze. I have questions, emotions for you to proceed. Have I been made a prisoner?
'Tis the will of the Silent King, the living who who are caught here are made to languish in its halls until they join the quiet ones. Could he be convinced to allow
Updated
otherwise?
my journal.
After a short silence, the jaw cracks open. 'Tis doubtful, but perhaps. Mysterious are the ways of the Silent King. May I speak with him? Holds up a bony palm with a creaking groan and a puff of dust, his jaws open to speak. No. His voice is deep and resonant, echoes for a long while in the vaulted chamber. Why not? His voice booms through the chamber. No living creature may pass the doors that lead to his throne room, nor would I allow thee an audience, even if such a thing were possible. Thou shalt not see him. I have some other questions then. What are you doing here? Indicates the staff and the robes. I am called Hargrim. I am the high priest of the citizens here. I spread the word of the Silent King to his followers. How did you come to be here? I passed away long ago and found that beyond death lies only oblivion. Fortunately, I was able to step back at the last moment from the brink. Step back? Yes. I awoke here. I wandered the catacombs for untold days before stumbling onto the throne of my lord, the Silent King. He spoke to me, and from that fated meeting, the Dead Nations was born. You mentioned followers. Who else is here? We, the skeletons, other undead, zombies and ghouls. There were once shadows, but they have long since fled. Sometimes one of the living spends the last of their days here. Also, far to the east live many cranium rats. Tell me of your kind. We tend to the quiet ones, the true dead, and obey the word of the Silent King. Our work here has gone on for centuries. Tell me about the Silent King. Our Lord and Vision, he who makes the law and protects us. That would do well to start no trouble here, stranger. For the Silent King's eye is everywhere, and his justice is swift. Tell me something else. Tell me about Stale Mary. She is the most intelligent of what we, she's one of the most intelligent of what some call the Rotting Herd. Those zombies which populate the Dead Nations. Unlike many of us, her heart did not depart at the moment of death. That is as much as we can be said. How do you understand
Updated my
her?
journal.
There is a long pause, and the skeleton makes his reply. Thou must learn to listen. That is all. Let me ask of someone else. Soego. He tries to convince us to give up his pretense of life, as he calls it, and pass into the true death. He claims that it is our passion that anchors us to this life, and we must let go of them and our duty. He wants us to die.
Updated my journal.
Some listen to his words, but none have chosen to surrender themselves to his beliefs. Those that did would be forever silenced. Our numbers would dwindle, and all that we have here would be destroyed by what surrounds us. Sargo may believe he is doing right, but it is in truth causing great harm.
Why do you allow him to stay? We cannot force him to leave. He knows we cannot harm him. The dead truce, no undead may injure the dustman unless first attacked. Also, the Silent King wishes no slaughter in his halls. Tell me of someone else. Tell me of Akesti. She is the Matriarch of the Ghoul Pack that has come to our halls. She is strong and extremely cunning. Tell me about the ghouls. I do not trust them or their matriarch. They watch us with hungry eyes and would doubtless devour all of us if our numbers and the word of the Silent King were ever to not shield against them. It pauses as if thinking. Go on.
Updated my journal.
They are forever ravenous. Without us holding them back and in check, they would run rampant in the buried village and the wardens of the cranium rats, killing all, then turn to devour all that was here.
Zerift. Hey Matt.
Hello, Zerift. Tell me about her. This is just gonna be the same stuff. Yeah. Tell me of somebody else. Actually, never mind. I have some other questions. Have you seen a small bronze sphere anywhere? He shakes his head. I have seen no such thing. Why dost thou seek this object? For a man named Ferrod. The skeleton draws back and looks up and away as if peering through the surface. Blood still beats in that black, worm-ridden heart? That wheezing sack of flesh still sends his pack into our homes and raids and pillages. It faces you once more. Thou were wrong to come here. We tolerate no such desecrators within our borders. But I'm not of his pack. Why then art thou invading our homes and fetch and carry for a miserable soul? I am finding the sphere for him in return for the information I need. There's no other loyalty between us. It looks you over carefully, tapping his chin with a bony finger. Thou do not seem to sport or the sort to follow such a man. Perhaps you speak the truth. Perhaps your presence here is tolerable. Thank you. I had other questions. Yeah, never mind. I'm good for now.
Zerift. I have been working on my own campaign setting so much that I needed a short nap.
Yes, you do get carried away sometimes. Can't just keep going at it all day. Can't even play games all day like I would like to myself. We did have a journal update, correct? Hagrim told me that there is a chance the Cycling would be persuaded to release me if I could speak to him somehow. When I spoke to Hagrim about about not understanding still Mary, he told me I need to learn to speak with her. Perhaps she will know just what he meant by that. Hagrim is unhappy with Suego because the Dustman is constantly trying to convince the citizens of the dead nations to die. Should that happen, their numbers would dwindle so severely he feels that their entire civilization would be endangered, unable to protect themselves from threats such as the cranium rats or Akesti's ghouls. Hunter told me that he is concerned about Akesti. He feels that it is only the combined numbers of the skeletons and the zombies, as well as fear of the Silent King, that keeps her ghouls from slaying and eating everything in the catacombs. Ah, well met again. Yeah, we must just rest. Rest for 8 hours. He should be able to cast it now. +2 crushing damage. New tattoos, already got them. Release the bowling by fighters and thieves. I'll take great amusement in being able to crush my foes with my own arm. Still just looks like a normal club, though. I got some questions. What do you know of this civilization? There have been many centuries, I think, taking care of those that have passed away in their halls. Such devotion and duty is no longer necessary. It's almost a crime. You just want to kill them. Sentence threatens the Dustman. Tell me about the Silent King. I've never seen the Silent King. I wish I could tell you something about him, but I have never seen him. Presumably his throne room lies beyond the Crimson Doors, but I cannot gain entrance. Hargrim, the skeleton priest, will not let me. Tell me of Hargrim. Stubborn one, but admirable in his piety and devotion to duty. He is the strongest rival here, and he has kept his civilization together for many years. His passion stems from his piety and devotion to duty. Admirable qualities, but misplaced. I have other questions. Still Mary. Still Mary is a good-hearted soul, if slow. I cannot understand much of what she says, but she and the zombies are not prone to violence. Questions? Exocet? Akesti, actually, yeah. Akesti is a brute. Only the Silent King keeps her in check, I fear. Should his presence be removed, the ghouls would run rampant throughout the catacombs. Farewell.
Zerift. When people made me have to shift my focus on from continent to another, which resulted me up at 3 yesterday making a new pantheon.
Oh god, now we're just moved on to another continent, need a new bunch of gods and everything. Well, apparently Skeleton Church is out for today. Let's see if we can learn anything on Mary. 'Cause, 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 'cause I have some questions. Argrim said I need to learn to listen to you. Do you know what he meant by that? The corpse takes a step towards you, reaching her arm out to touch you. Let it happen. Her nearly fleshless hand brushes against your forearm, and she speaks. Listen. How'd you do that? She touches once more. Speak to us, you can, but you must do it properly. Can you teach me? She smiles and the hardened skin of her face creaking like leather. Yes.
Updated
Please
my
do that.
journal.
Woo! XPs! She finishes teaching you the skills required to speak with the dead, a process she calls Stone Bones Tell. Yes, we need this for like a whole bunch of stuff, apparently. Can I talk to any dead body? Some, others too dead, must use skill. Thanks, I had some questions. She nods her head. I need to speak with the Silent King. Could you possibly help me? Why? I need to leave this place. No, then I had some other questions. Why have I been made a prisoner? Ask Hargrim. Lots of real answers out of him. Tell me about Hargrim. Hargrim Skeleton's leader gives the word of the Silent King. Concerned, worried. Why is he concerned? Suego, Acasti. Why is he so worried about Suego? He preaches death. Preaches death? Wants us to die. Why does he want you to
Updated my
die?
journal.
He dustman. Why is Hargrim worried about Akest? Akest anger. Anger? Akest want to kill everyone. Why does she want to kill everyone? Hungry. Angry. Tell me about someone else. Tell me about yourself. Still Mary. What do you do here? Guide other zombies, care for quiet ones. Tell me about the other zombies. Do work of Silent King. What sort of work? Rebuild that which has been broken, cared for the true dead. Who else inhabits this place? Tell me about the skeletons. Hagrim the leader, give us word of the Silent King. Skeletons guide us in our work. Who else? Tell me about the ghouls. Hungry, always hungry. I had some other questions. Have you seen a bronze sphere anywhere? No, sorry. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. She nods her head, waiting for your question. Oh wait, I thought I was clicking the farewell. Can you possibly help me? Never mind for now. Farewell. Okay.
Zerift. Not going lie, that really creeped me out.
What creeped you out? Talking to a zombie? Learn the dead speech. Actually, I wonder really quick. Since we've seen the others.
Zerift.
Wonder if maybe.
So I ended up making a 7-god pantheon and whole new kingdom and a new race of elves. I am exhausted.
By the way, this is the leader of the ghouls that they're worried about. Let me see. Yeah, you can see her. She pushed over far enough that you can see it.
Zerift. She will be in my nightmares.
No, that's not okay. Skeleton priest. This is the more or less the look of the guy who's running the skeletons down here. Hound person. And assumably Mary just looks like one of the normal zombies. Speaking of the angry lady, there she is right there. I wonder if maybe I'm supposed to talk to her about something else. I'm trying to figure out what I need to talk to these people about in order to try and get through here. What are the most recent things I got? Mary shared with me the knowledge to speak to the dead. I can now converse with corpses that haven't been dead for too long for their previous occupants to speak through them. Still, Mary told me that Hargrim, the Silent King's high priest, is worried about the dustman, Suego, and Suego has been trying to get the undead of the dead nations to give up their unlife and accept true death. Well, that's been obvious. I don't know why that was an update, but sure. Have some questions? Have you seen a bronze silver sphere anywhere? Never seen such a thing. Who inhabits this place? Tell me about the Silent King. Unseen. King not silent, he say. We do. Actually, that's still her. Meryl shuffled bones and heard a dead flesh obey him. No question. I cast no see, I cast no only hear. One day I shall meet this one. Meet this one, yes. I cast strong and silent, one weak. We shall see who master, yes. That's all for now, thank you. I'm gonna check. Before I decide we're gonna stop for tonight, I'm gonna check and see what the playthrough says. Scroll of Blood Bridge.
Zerift. The floating skull must be at home.
Mort doesn't seem all that interested, although I do know he's into apparently dead gals, so. I still have to make to the chapel's exit entrance. Look through the corners at the entrance for the following 3 bone charm. Oh, they're just a bunch of loot. Take the east corridor, pick up more stuff. The doubtful skeleton learned that his dilemma turn. Okay, there's supposed to be a doubtful skeleton somewhere. We can probably end on that. Riddling skeleton. Skeleton. Skeleton merchant. Doubtful skeleton. He's apparently important to our plot. Hi. There's no meat left on the bones of this ancient animated corpse, only a few colored rags which seem to serve more as decoration than clothing. He is staring at the floor, shaking his head and tapping his chin thoughtfully. Hello. He makes no response, apparently lost in thought. I said hello. He looks up, seeing you, sighs and a small puff of dust. I have much on my mind and would prefer to be left alone. Is there something I can help you with? No, I've a difficult decision to make, Tizol. What decision is that?
Updated my journal.
To continue my life, here or to die, to finally pass through the true death I have been told of. True death? A complete absence of passion. The true death is a true life beyond the shadow of existence. It is said that we must reach this place to free ourselves. What does the walkthrough say I should do? Oh. Okay, I see. I'll leave you to your thoughts for now. Farewell. I've spoken to a skeleton who's content on giving up on life. Or contemplating on giving up on life. And yes, this is the perfect time because I knew they were alluding to this for some reason, although I wasn't sure why. But the place where we can rest is where this guy is keeping his private journal. I met the skeleton in one of the hallways here that seems to be on the brink of seeking true death. Oh, I'll go speak with him now. Fairly well. Look inside. Certain that Seagull's not coming around, you pry open the small panel and peer inside. There's some sort of book or journal there. You pull it out and read it. The book proves that Seagull's journal. It details his being attacked by a were-rat, his eventual regression into lycanthropy, and his flight from the mortuary after unwillingly staying and devouring a friend. Looking for a hiding place, he came to the warrens of thought and agreed to serve many as one, hive mind of the cranium, rats gathered there. He is now here on the dead nation, in the dead nations in order to spy on the undead for many as one who hopes to one day control this part of the catacombs. Replace the journal, close the panel, and leave.
Journal.
Not fast walker, are you, buddy? Do 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 do. Yo. Totally didn't see anything. Nope. You're not slow as a snail, or totally missing out on the fact that I'm rushing past you to tell people some crazy shit you've written down. Nope, not at all. Actually, we are about an hour and a half into this, so we're going to have to close it here for today. Thank you, Zerd, for joining in the chat. Thank you, everybody watching. Don't forget to check out the links below in the description or on the stream channel if you wish to find the other channels, and if you wish to find Patreon if you do so decide to donate or join the live streams, and you can donate here as well, and even get visibly seen for donating in the streams themselves. So, again, thank you all for watching. See you all later. Have a good afternoon, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Welcome me later.
Welcome later. Yeah, thank you very much for joining. But tomorrow we'll be doing possibly the last Star Wars game, and that's it for tonight. So thank you all again, and we'll see you all later. Have a good night.